Hi folks, I'm Reeves Calloway. I've been personally challenged by making popovers consistently. I've been making them for years, and some days they would pop and some days they wouldn't pop. So I began a little quest to figure out what's the real deal. And as you know, there's many pieces of chef lore that surround popovers. Oven temperatures, pan types, secret recipes, do this before that, etc. My experience is that none of that is true. This is an extremely simple process, and when they fail, it's because we've forgotten one of the basics, not because of some tricky secret or not. So I'm going to walk you through what it takes to make them pop every single day, every single time, without discussion. And it's simple. It's the ingredients need to be fresh. The flour, the milk, the salt, and the eggs, and that's all there is to it. What could go wrong? As long as they're fresh, they're fine. But the secret is, after you mix the batter, you need to let the batter rest in order to let all of those ingredients aggregate, mix together. Amyloidosis takes place, and lo and behold, every single well and every single day will pop. There are some good things that you can do in advance, though. Besides making sure you got fresh ingredients, you can see what the actual temperature in your oven is. A simple oven thermometer goes in, and it'll tell you whether you're within a few degrees of the right temperature, and that's reasonably important. But all of the rest of the stuff you can throw away. I've even seen people mix their batter and put it in the refrigerator. Well, that's not what is supposed to happen. You're supposed to make the reaction grow, and that, of course, grows in heat. Thick pans, thin pans, tin pans, cast pans, none of that makes any difference. So stick with me here, and we'll set you off going down the right road on making foolproof popovers for you and the family. You'll see, this is going to be great. Hey, good morning, everyone. We're going to make popovers very fast, and they're guaranteed to pop if we do some simple steps here. So let me get right to the point. If you gather together the ingredients, which are milk, fresh eggs, fresh flour, and some salt, we'll make the batter. Best way to start is a cup and a quarter of whole milk. And right there, don't have to be too exact with the ingredients. But what we're going to do is, since that's right out of the refrigerator, we're going to put this in the microwave. A big chunk of salt, a very generous pitch into the milk. And let's heat it for 45 seconds and bring it up to warm to the touch. Warm to the touch. In the meantime, let's dish out some flour. So what I use is flour in this handy dandy self-leveling measuring canister here, and there we go. Those are the two that we'll use. Just a note on the flour, always all-purpose, bleached or unbleached doesn't matter, but don't use whole wheat, don't use cake flour, and don't use anything self-rising. So, in about 3 seconds, the milk will be done. We'll bring it over. And the reason I like these 2-quart mixers is that by using this amount of ingredients, the flour and the milk and the eggs, we will make just enough batter for the standard 6-hole tin. Comes out on the nose. So, yep, a little warm to the touch. 5 eggs. And the reason that we microwave the milk before putting in the eggs was because we don't want to cook the eggs in the microwave. So, yolks broken down. Here's a little trick. I just bang up against the edge of the spoon, of the measuring cup, to fold in the quarter cup and now the full cup of, there we go. So, and this is just a mild whisk. It doesn't need to, it doesn't matter if there's some lumps in it. What you wind up with is this beautiful, thin, but sort of meaty batter. And here is the big secret to getting popovers to pop. We made a perfect batter. The secret is we have to let it sit for about 45 minutes in order to aggregate all of the ingredients. I think it's called amyloidosis. And without that, some will pop for sure, but not all of them every day. So if you want every day, no failure kind of popping experience, and I mean big sky-high volcanic Zeppelin-ish hollow structures, the way to do it is put this in a warm spot in the oven for about 45 minutes and then dispense into the tins. So that's what we're going to do. You know where the warm spot in my oven is in the microwave, because the oven beneath is preheating and a little bit of heat drifts into the microwave. So I just put it in there. Don't turn it on. It's just resting. Start the oven. And put it at 400 degrees for a preheat. And that's it. That's our first step. So here's the real secret of baking, is make sure the dog is in the kitchen at the same time, sniffing around. So, Miss Audrey, are you ready for the next step? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get started. Okay, so we've got our tin. The batter's about ready. And what we're going to do is use some good baking release in each one of the wells, just enough to dampen their enthusiasm for sticking to the pan. So let's get our batter. Here we go. So the trick is, as you can see, it's slightly segmented. So I just give a little swizzle, and the trick is 3/4 full. 3/4 full seems to be about the right ratio of, whoops. Okay. Notice that we didn't preheat the pan. Doesn't seem to matter, frankly, as long as your oven's up to temperature. The oven thermometer says that we're at 400 degrees. Let's pop it in. Minimizing the time that the door is open. Resist the temptation to open the door during the whole baking process. And there's going to be 2 stages. The first stage is 395 for about 25 minutes. And then reduce down to about 375 for the remaining 20 minutes or so. Now there's a little bit of personal preference that comes in there, because some people like them soft with a soft interior. Some people like them crisp on the outside and soft on the inside. Some people like them crisp all the way through. That's just a function of the time. But see if you can resist opening the door to check that kind of stuff, because that's when they sort of deflate. All right, we'll be back with a look at how we did. Okay, a little less than an hour in the oven. We're gonna open up the door for the first time and see what we've got, and bring it over to the camera and let you inspect. So here we are. Oven is dinging. Oof. That is hot. And oh my God, look at these little puppies. I think that's as big as they can get. But let's see what happens when we slice one open. Okay. So, hey Audrey, you want to see something? Come here. Come here. Take a look at one of these. Good? Okay, so let's just grab an average one. Maybe this one. Doop-a-doo. Notice how nicely it comes out of the tin. Notice how the bottom of it is not puckered. That means it really cooked all the way through. Let's just, there's Audrey. She can smell that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I mean by a perfect popover, because you got some nice semi-crisp on the outside. You got this wonderful sort of doughy texture on the inside, but basically it's all hollow and it's all blown up. So, voila. And to take a little closer look, I hope that's satisfying, and that's what you can expect if you just do the same things that we just did. Pretty cool. So there you are. Secrets to popovers that pop every time. All of this, recipe included, is at reevescallaway.com, as well as some of my other favorite recipes. See you on the airwaves. Audrey, want some? What do you think? Here you go. Here you go. Up. Come here. Up. 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 What do you think? Oh. Want some? A little piece? Ruff, ruff. Now we're talking. Okay. All right, so here we are, the big test. Let's just take this gigando one and let's see what she looks like inside. And there we have it. What a beauty. I think when you look up popover in the encyclopedia, that's the picture. So, surprisingly, what I like is this simulated butter, this Smart Balance, and a cup of cold coffee, and a doggy to help with the scraps. So, boy. Oh my goodness. Damn. That was worth it. Audrey, what do you think? Up? 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 Okay. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. Here we go. All right. You ready? Yes. Anything with butter on it. As you know, anything with butter on it. All right. Maybe that should be the title of the next baking videos, is anything with butter on it. In the meantime, sayonara. Thanks for watching, folks. See you again soon.